the report of the 7 Zeros lost in minutes. He imagines the pilots who once mocked the ungainly wings, now staring up at an F4U diving toward them like a hawk with steel feathers. He imagines the shock and the fear. "Very well," the Admiral says quietly. "Issue new doctrine, immediate." Shimura bows deeply. "I will begin at once." But both men know, even as the orders are spoken, that doctrine alone will not change what is happening in the skies. The Japanese Air Arm is losing pilots.
April 1944. Over Truk Lagoon. The largest Japanese naval stronghold in the Central Pacific lies quiet beneath the morning haze. Too quiet for what once was the Gibraltar of the Pacific, a fortress swarming with aircraft, destroyers, and submarines. Today, the silence is broken only by the distant thump of anti-aircraft guns firing at shadows. Far above the lagoon, VMF 224 escorts an American bombing formation, their Corsairs cruising in disciplined lines. From this height, almost 24,000 feet, you can see the lagoon's full circle, the harbors, the coral reefs, the once mighty airfields now pitted by craters. Captain Warren Kincaid adjusts his oxygen mask and scans the horizon. He knows Truk is wounded. He also knows wounded animals can still bite. "Keep sharp," he radios to his flight. "They still have teeth down there." But as the sun rises, the truth becomes clear. The Japanese response is scattered, disorganized, thin. Only a few fighters claw their way up. Then, the radar warning hits. Bandits inbound from the northwest, multiple groups, altitude 20,000 and climbing. Kincaid tightens his harness. "Devils, push up 3,000, let them reach us." The Corsairs climb into a cold band of air, where the engines strain for power and contrails peel behind them. As they ascend, small shapes materialize from the northwest. Zeros, nearly 20 of them, their silhouettes shimmering like insects in the heat haze. Something is different today. They don't charge. They don't dive. They form a defensive arc and approach with a caution Kincaid has never seen in a Japanese squadron. He realizes immediately, this is a new tactic, a response to the kill ratios that have torn through their ranks, a sign that the mockery is gone, replaced by discipline, by fear. Kincaid steadies his breathing. "Do not break formation," he orders. The Zeros continue to climb, but they are struggling. Their engines wheeze at this altitude. Their pilots fight stiff controls. The Corsairs, by contrast, cut through the thin air with predatory ease. At 22,000 feet, the lines finally intersect. Kincaid sees the Japanese flight leader, a decorated ace, Lieutenant Hiroshi Tateyama, push ahead slightly, signaling his pilots. They intend to force a turning fight, the Zeros' only remaining advantage. "Not today," Kincaid mutters. He pushes the throttle forward and his Corsair surges ahead, refusing the turning trap. Instead, he cuts across the formation with a high side slice, forcing Tateyama to react. The Japanese leader banks sharply, but the Zero bleeds speed instantly. Kincaid snaps up and over. Gravity pulls the F4U down like a hammer. His guns thunder. The tracers walk across the Zero's fuselage, punching through thin aluminum, shredding the cockpit. Tateyama's aircraft bursts into flame before spinning violently downward, smoke billowing behind it. The Japanese formation wavers. Just for a heartbeat, but that heartbeat is enough. The Corsairs dive in from above in synchronized pairs, attacking with practice strikes, never turning, never allowing the Zeros to draw them into a horizontal fight. They hit vertically, dive through, climb back up, and strike again. A Zero tries to climb after one of the F4Us. It stalls. The Corsair loops around and disintegrates it with a 2-second burst. Two more Zeros choose to flee, diving toward cloud cover. But the Corsairs drop after them with terrifying control, their wings screaming through the air as they overtake the fleeing aircraft with ease. Another kill, another plume of smoke. Within 4 minutes, the sky becomes a graveyard of spiraling aircraft trails. The Japanese formation is shattered. Those who survive flee into the haze, not attempting re-engagement. Kincaid banks back toward the bomber formation, breathing hard. He asks, "Status. All Corsairs accounted for." The radio crackles again as another pilot adds, "Multiple splashes, no damage on our side." Kincaid glances down at Truk Lagoon below. The once feared stronghold now looks small, diminished, a giant with broken arrows. And he thinks of all the early war reports where Japanese pilots mocked American fighters, where Zeros were said to dance circles around anything painted in blue, where the Corsair was dismissed before it even arrived. But that era is finished. The Pacific battlefield is different now. The hunters have become the hunted, and the bent-wing fighter that once drew laughter now brings silence, a heavy, fearful silence. April 1945, over Okinawa. The sky is a boiling mass of smoke, cloud, and drifting ash. Below it, the largest amphibious assault of the Pacific War churns forward, hundreds of ships firing, landing craft weaving between coral reefs, the thunder of naval artillery shaking the sea itself. And above it all, the Corsairs rule the sky. VMF 323, the Death Rattlers, launches from Kadena Airfield in rapid succession, their blue fuselages streaked with dust and oil from days of non-stop operations. Lieutenant Tom Rayburn pulls his F4U into a hard climb, joining his wingman as they rise through a thin cloud layer into a world of smoke pillars and distant explosions. Rayburn has been flying since the Marshall Islands. He has faced Zeros, Tonys, Oscars. But today, he faces something far more dangerous: kamikazes. "Eyes up," he radios. "Command reports multiple inbound groups, low altitude, fast movers." The American fleet below strains every gun mount skyward, searching for the telltale glint of diving aircraft. Radar screens buzz with frantic activity. Then the warning comes. "Raid incoming from the northwest, estimated 30+ bogeys." Rayburn flips his safety off. His Corsair feels heavy with ammunition, 6.5 caliber guns fully loaded, extra fuel in the drop tank slung beneath the fuselage. A hunter, built for endurance, for punishment, for dominance. But today, the enemy will not run. They will die trying to kill. Rayburn scans the horizon. He sees them. A loose, ragged formation, Zeros, Oscars, and several heavily loaded K-84 Hayates. Some are fitted with bombs, others with no landing gear. All are flying low and fast, skimming the waves toward the U.S. fleet. "Death Rattlers, dive! Target the lead elements!" Rayburn knows is over, the Corsair plunging like a falling anvil. The airframe trembles as speed surges past 350 knots. His guns blaze, tearing into the lead aircraft, a Zero carrying a 500-pound bomb. The explosion blossoms into a fireball, shockwaves rattling his cockpit. Another kamikaze breaks left. Rayburn follows. You can almost feel the weight of the Corsair pushing into its dive, the wind screaming across its wings, the engine roaring like a furious animal. The Japanese pilot sees him coming and jinks desperately, but the F4U is too fast, too stable, too unforgiving. Rayburn fires. The Zero's wing ruptures. The bomb tears free and drops harmlessly into the sea. The aircraft cartwheels into the waves. Two more slip past, aiming directly for a destroyer below. Rayburn's wingman, Lieutenant Charlie Gator Mills, dives after one of them, pushing his Corsair so hard the wings groan under the strain. He fires at near point-blank range. The kamikaze turns into a streak of black smoke before crashing short of the target. But one aircraft, a K-84, stays alive. It weaves between bursts of flak, climbing suddenly and rolling into a steep dive, a perfect attack run. Its pilot, a veteran, disciplined, committed, locks on to the silhouette of an American radar picket destroyer. Rayburn sees it. He throws his Corsair into full power climb, the engine howling as he pulls into a near vertical ascent. His vision narrows, his muscles strain against gravity. The world becomes a blur of smoke and sunlight. And then he reaches the K-84's blind spot. He rolls inverted, stares down through his canopy, and fires. The tracers rip through the Hayate's spine, cutting it cleanly in half. The forward fuselage bursts into flame and spirals away. The rear section falls backward, tumbling like debris. Rayburn pulls up sharply, his heart pounding. Below, the destroyer continues firing, still alive. Good kill, Mills shouts over the radio. More Corsairs join the fight, diving from altitude like blue thunderbolts.